I have to just offer a few reflections, very short and few, because you have the great importance of the things that we are dealing with have been enunciated in this past half hour or so. It's wonderful. It's a balm for my heart, for my mind, to hear all these words that have been pronounced here. But let me say a few words which seem to me to encapsulate, also in the sense of Jude, for example. If one would try to describe the nature of this universe, one would say that this is a finite universe. It's just born at a given time, probably at the aftermath of the singularity known as the Big Bang. It may not exist forever, but other universes may follow, and they may coexist also with other universes. But this universe is not a passive piece of rock. It's like a big thought. This is the astronomer Jones said that, James Jones said that already 100 years ago or more. The world, the cosmos, is more like a great thought than a great rock. Now, what is this great thought like? It's not passive. It's not anything goes. It's a great thought that says we change, we move, we become, we create ourselves as we create the world. The universe is creative, not just in the sense of putting genes and cells together, which is much more than just a passive organism, as Bruce Lipton was saying to us. What the universe is doing is creating itself, constantly transforming, and we are a part of it. What is it moving toward? If I would say it in a few words, I would say it's toward moving toward whole systems, complex, integral systems that maintain themselves amidst chaos. The universe is moving from the original sense, the original form and reality of chaos, total chaos, maximum entropy, moving toward higher levels of order, toward coherence, toward what the Greeks called cosmos, from chaos to cosmos. We are part of this drive. In our mind, in our consciousness, this innate drive of evolution is coming to expression. We are moving along the scale from chaos to cosmos. And this is a drive in us. This is the reason for such unlikely things to occur as unconditional love, unlikely in terms of the Newtonian Darwinian paradigm, which only knows power and mechanism. Emotions, feelings, perceptions, these are part of us. Now, if you can express this drive toward coherence, toward oneness, toward wholeness, which is in us, if you can express it, then the universe, then this planet would not have all these problems. Then we could live together because we fit to each other. We are made for each other. The higher level of reality that we are looking for is us, is the human community, as it is coming to be on Earth and moving forward, transcending itself, creating higher level of coherence, which means working together, one thing responding to another, and together creating a larger entity with new properties. Fantastic that it's in us. And it's really time to realize that it's in us and that this is what drives us. We are not creating an artificially perceived world. If we are creating something new, it's we are creating what's in us. The evolutionary drive is the same drive as prevents electrons from joining hydrogen nuclei in any odd way. They can only joining in the way in which the certain electron clouds are moving into the nuclear cloud. That's the Pauli exclusion principle. This is creating a system, creating complexity. They create their molecules and cells and systems of cells like life and ecologies of life, planetary systems and cosmic systems. This is in us. If we could realize it, then we would change the way we live, we act. We are not here only by chance. We are not here only to survive. We are here to be part of an evolutionary impetus to higher and higher levels of integrity, holism, love, cosmos. Upshift is not something we can rip up. It's something we must live. continue to live. What strikes me about the conversation today, that we cannot answer the question, do we talk science or do we talk spirituality? Because the or doesn't exist. We talk science and spirituality because the two come together. If I was to be asked or to answer the question, what is the fundamental nature of this universe? Most scientists would say physical. Spiritual people would say psychological or psychic. I would say psychophysical, because the universe has a physical aspect and the universe has a consciousness aspect. The universe is a great consciousness, is also a great physical system. What you look for, what you ask for, is what you get in terms of the orientation, in terms of the emphasis. But the truth, as far as we can tell, is both. This is a psychophysical universe. Consciousness is as fundamental as matter, probably more fundamental than raw matter. But already Newton realized that's not the answer, but more than the material aspect, the physical aspect. That is important as well. But not to forget that this universe is a psychophysical universe, is where consciousness is present. It is consciousness, as Jude was also saying, in a larger perspective, it is consciousness. It is physical and conscious and psychical. So we are not talking a science or spirituality. We are talking psychological science or spiritual or spiritual science or physical physical psychology. Whatever you call it. We don't have the good expression yet for that. But integral science, an integral view, it incorporates both. This universe, as we have been saying, is not passive, it's not inert, it's dynamic, it's moving. Jude was talking about the living universe. Yes, I accept. Not in the strictly biological sense, but in a larger sense, in which things are not inert. They are not just what they are what they become. Everything is becoming. Heraclitus said that a few thousand years ago. Everything is evolving, everything is becoming. From the very first moment of this big breath, as Jude was saying, the universe has been started to evolve, is continuing to evolve today, and we are part of it. Are we a victim of it, or are we at least locally a positive, controlling, guiding element in it? Because we have so many missteps we could take. We could become extinct. We could make other species extinct. We are making them already. The great sixth mass extinction is already underway. But we could also evolve to a higher level if we knew what the universe is really going toward. It is moving, it is dynamic, and it is moving toward wholeness. It is, that expression that I use is holotropic, wholeness-oriented. Tropism is an orientation, is an attraction. This is a holotropic universe, and we are holotropic beings. When we love unconditionally, we are not just being, simple-minded, spiritual dreamers. We are expressing the deepest movement of the universe, the big breath, deepest movement, deepest aspect, element, is to connect, to become one. To be part of that is to feel the love. No artificial intelligence can do that for us. No machine can do that. We are part of that tremendous upshift movement, which is our sacred mission to communicate, to let people know, because we need to change, and the direction of the change is given by this sense of oneness, of wholeness, of joining, becoming one, becoming more than we were. That is the solution. There is no separateness in the world, as Einstein said, as quantum physics very well knows. We now recognize that there is no separateness. Consciousness, as Erwin Schrödinger said, among others, is one. No way, no sense in which you can use the word consciousness in the plural. We have one consciousness. We have one life, one existence. We are part of a one universe, a whole universe. Complex, yes. Integral, yes. And therefore also one. It's a living, complex, integral universe. We have been saying this afternoon. Bruce before us was saying it. Greg was saying it. We have spent the whole several hours now on this topic. But nothing could be more important than realizing this. Because if we absorb it, if we become the seeker for oneness, then we won't fight. We won't kill each other. We won't overexploit nature. We will respect each other and respect the planet. That is the way we've got to change, not arbitrarily, but naturally, becoming what the universe is and what it intends, as it were, to us to become. Thank you for the opportunity to have all this talk, and thank you for all our wonderful guests at this panel as well as in the previous talks. I think we spent an absolutely mind-blowing morning or afternoon, depending on where you live on the planet. And I hope that we'll continue this, but you should continue thinking about this topic, these ideas, because that's the way up. If you're going to upshift, that's the way to go. Thank you, Court.